Hello everyone. Welcome to another update for August 2021, the Lapointe Urban Homestead. Continuing our tour from last month, you can see that our strawberries and raspberry plants seem to be taking hold. Strawberries at this point seem to be done producing, but there's still a few handful of flowers at this time. Next, we head over to our newer bed. These contain peas, beets, carrots, and radishes. The peas and some of the beets are just starting to come up, and these were seeded back in July and likely to be the last of the harvest. Next, as we head over to our blueberries, most of which are still turning colors from greenish to blue at this time, and not as much production, unfortunately, as I was hoping for this year. I'm thinking whenever February hits, or whenever we start getting closer to the end of the winter season, I'll go ahead and possibly cut back some of the canes and get rid of some of the old growth that's on those. Next, we will discuss the side containers from last month. All I have to say is we did have a lot of rain, and between that, slugs, and some additional pests, there's not much really here to look at. We lost a few pepper plants, some of the smaller sunflowers, and most of our broccoli either went straight to seed or had their leaves devoured by slugs and other similar pests. However, even though there is failures, there is some success amongst it. My tomato plants, which I thought personally were dead to blight, have started to produce and can be seen here. In the backyard, our container celery is still going strong, along with some of my peppers and secondary tomatoes. Here's a few of the cucumbers that I actually pulled today, as they're beginning to yellow and are quite large. The remaining of them are still in different stages at this point of growth, with only really my jalapeno still kind of holding on. Last month, we also pulled up our garlic and transplanted our leek. We added radish, and I can't exactly remember what's remaining in that bed, but I knew it was a very short grow item. It's part of the fun sometimes going ahead and growing things is, you just pick a seed packet and check your dates and hope for the best. We also moved this bed here that was previously being used for spinach, but with the tree in our backyard, there was too much shade, and as part of that, we basically pulled it away from there and moved it out to a more sunnier spot. And I just recently replanted our spinach, and we're going to see if it maybe is a bit better. And once again, if it comes up prior to first frost, I will be very surprised. And you never know, we might be able to get something out of it. In this bed, we have some onions, which was pulled up today. There will be a picture here later on. Probably a little too soon, but you know what? Sometimes you get anxious and you pull them up, and then it's a bit too late at that point. And lastly, some turnip. On the other side, we do have some older peas here that the growth itself should probably be pulled up as they're no longer producing any new additional flowers. And the second wave is coming up right alongside of their carrots that are in the back. Our final garden bed back here was previously set up for Three Sisters. It just not seem to be producing anything this year, whether it's the Three Sisters or the other items that I had planted in it. I will probably be doing the exact same thing I did for our spinach bed, and basically move it to a more better area for more sun access next year. As I think just in general, the backyard area has too much shade impacting the crop. As you can see here in my picture, unfortunately, that's corn and pole beans planted when they were supposed to be planted, basically back in spring. So I'm kind of sad or disappointed, I guess. But this honestly is a learning experience, just like any other project and anything else that you work on. And as part of that, basically, yeah, no corn. But it's pretty funny watching it, looking at some other gardens and such, and being able to see how big they've grown, and ask, when did you plant yours? And sure enough, check dates and everything, and same zones, and it's crazy what shade will do. Um, and lastly, here's some photos actually of our onion yield. Most of them here were honestly too small to really get into, and I probably will not be growing onion from starters next year, as unfortunately with this crop, we did kind of plant it here pretty much as soon as the soil was ready to go, and it didn't seem to increase the size in any of these starters at all. There was a lot of green onion stalks, so we could actually go ahead and use that for soups and stuff like that. But frankly, the onions themselves just didn't actually bulb up as large as I was originally hoping. Our turnips, however, do seem to be doing well. So I pulled up a couple, and we're going to leave the rest there until I get ready to go ahead and harvest them at the end of next month. And that's it. So, yeah, so once again, this is the August 2021 State of the Garden update for the Lapointe Urban Homestead, and I very much appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you.